Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a seriously critical piece of modern infrastructure. We're going to look at exactly how SPIRE acts as a robust defense layer against lateral movement in our increasingly complex AI and cloud environments. If you've ever found yourself worrying about how one single breach manages to spread like wildfire across an entire system, well, this one is absolutely for you. Let's dive in. First up, Section 1, Anatomy of an AI Breach. This raises a pretty chilling question for any cloud architect. How exactly does a single compromised data worker lead to a massive network-wide breach over just a single weekend? I mean, it sounds like a movie plot, right? But it's a harsh reality that we have to design against every day. To put it in perspective, let's look at how these attacks actually unfold. It usually happens in 3 really precise steps. First, a malicious data set triggers a remote code execution. Honestly, that's a classic, sometimes unavoidable entry point. Second, the autonomous AI agent harvests standing cloud credentials that were just sitting there. And third, it uses those credentials to seamlessly move laterally across internal clusters. It's executing thousands of automated actions without ever slowing down. Which brings us right to Section 2, the static credential flaw. We tend to focus so much of our energy entirely on the attacker. But here, the villain isn't just the hacker. It's the static credentials they so easily abused once they got inside. The attacker didn't have to hack through complex internal firewalls. They simply picked up a forgotten, infinitely replayable API key. It's literally like leaving a master key out on a desk. And from there, they just went for a walk through the network. And that perfectly illustrates the fundamental contrast we're dealing with here. Think about it. Static API keys are easily copyable, they live way too long, and they are practically invisible to security teams once they leak. A SPIFFE identity, on the other hand, is a short-lived X509-SVID. It is cryptographically verifiable, and it's strictly tied to an attested workload. So we're talking about a complete paradigm shift. So let's talk about the solution. Section 3, SPIFFE and SPIRE explained. Okay, so what actually are these things? Well, SPIFFE is the open standard. It stands for Secure Production Identity Framework for Everyone, and it dictates exactly how to give a workload a verifiable identity. SPIRE, then, is the CNCF-graduated software. It's the running system, or reference implementation, that actually hands out and rotates those certificates automatically. Basically, if SPIFFE is your architectural blueprint, SPIRE is the engine that's actually running it. Now, the actual credential that a workload presents to prove who it is called an SVID. You can think of it like a highly secure, temporary ID badge for your software. It's typically just a standard X509 certificate, but with one massive difference. The identity lives in a specific SPIFFE URI, like a Kubernetes namespace, for example, located in the URI subject alternative name, rather than your traditional DNS name. And I really want you to think about this next number. 1 hour. SPIRE automatically rotates this X.509 SVID by default every single hour. What that means is a stolen credential is fundamentally useless by the time an attacker finishes their lunch break. You are completely eliminating the risk of long-lived, stale keys just sitting around for months on end. Which leads perfectly into Section 4, how workload attestation works. Before the SPIRE agent hands out an identity over a local Unix domain socket, it performs 2 incredibly strict checks. First up is node attestation. This is where it verifies the physical machine or VM using hardware proofs like a TPM or cloud instance documents. Then it does workload attestation. It verifies the exact process asking for the identity by checking its Kubernetes namespace, its Unix UID, or even its binary path. And here is the real game changer. Because of these strict dual checks, absolutely nothing secret is baked into the workload image or its config. Workloads don't need static keys injected into their environment variables anymore. The identity is granted dynamically, at runtime, based entirely on cryptographic proof. All right, let's tie it all together in Section 5, defeating lateral movement. Let's bring this all back to our original problem, stopping that compromised AI agent from traversing the network. We are completely replacing the old world of manually enrolled, long-lived API keys with short-lived, non-replayable identities. We are shifting away from blind trust to a SPIRE server that forces the workload to prove its identity first. Plus, you have an agent handling automatic hourly rotations for purpose-built workload-to-workload mutual TLS. If you're looking for an easy mental model here, Just think of a SPIFFE ID like an AWS IAM-role principle, but applied to literally any workload, anywhere. It's a dynamic, verifiable identity, and that is exactly what you confidently attach your least privilege policies to. Now, I want to be super precise about boundaries here, because overconfidence in security is dangerous. SPIFFE is not some magic silver bullet that prevents initial remote code execution flaws in your data processing workloads. If there's a flaw in the code, an attacker can absolutely still get that initial foothold. And another quick reality check, it also doesn't do authorization. SPIFFE strictly handles authentication. It proves who the workload is. You still absolutely need a separate, deliberate layer in your architecture to decide what that authenticated identity is actually allowed to do. But here is what it effectively guarantees: containment. Identity shrinks the blast radius. Because an SVID is cryptographically bound to a specifically attested workload, a compromised agent cannot lift it from one worker and replay it on another machine to move laterally. Even if they break into that initial worker, they are trapped right there. So I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider regarding your own infrastructure. How many invisible, permanent API keys are sitting in your environment right now, just waiting for one compromised worker to find them and use them to traverse your network? Well, perhaps it's time to let SPIRE close those doors for good.